So today we're talking about the 3 questions to ask yourself to have power over your mind. 3 super important questions, which I want you to write down and I would like you to start using, and so that you're able to actually hardwire, literally make these 3 questions your go-to questions, a mental habit, if you like, right? That will serve you extremely well whenever you come up against a problem or a setback. Because, hey, the only people that don't have problems, do you know where they live? In the cemetery. So it's a part of life. And the thing is, we can react really badly to those problems and setbacks, or we can react in a more constructive way. And it all comes down to the questions that you're asking yourself in your mind. So this video for you is for you if you are feeling more reactive, right? You go through your day and things happen and it puts you in a bad emotional state. You get angry or you get irritated, puts a black cloud over your day, and you find that you're not in control of your emotions, right? They run away with you. Or you find that something happens and hours later, maybe days later, possibly even weeks later, you're still thinking and ruminating on what happened on that event, right? And it's like you're having one long emotional reaction to that event that happened some time ago. And the thing is with like that is you end up hardwiring, literally you're hardwiring that emotion into your body, into your brain. At the end, I will share with you how you can get more help with this. So let's get started. And I'm going to start with a story for you. So imagine it's Monday morning, still going into work, and you have an important presentation to give that morning. You spent the whole weekend preparing for this presentation, and there's a lot hanging in the balance, right? A huge promotion is hanging in the balance for you if you nail this presentation. It's a big one. So you're well prepared and you're also very composed, right? You're feeling confident, you're feeling prepared, you're feeling in control. And you're driving along the freeway and all of a sudden a car pulls out of a slip road right in front of you. Right in front of you. And you slam on your brakes really hard and you narrowly miss hitting the car, right? You narrowly avoid it. And what's your first reaction? As soon as like you realize you're not actually going to crash into the car, your first reaction is, you idiot, right? Probably followed by a colorful selection of other words, right? So your first reaction is anger, right? It's irritation. And then you notice that the driver of that car is swerving in and out of your lane and nearly causing other accidents with other cars, right? And it's swerving in and out of the lanes and you keep slamming on your brakes. And this page, you're like really irritated and you're thinking, what is wrong with that driver, for God's sake? And so then you realize you're nearly at the office and you've got to compose yourself, right? Your calm, composed, prepared state has completely gone out the window. And you're feeling really stressed and really pissed off by now. And so what do? It's a bit late in the day. But what happens if I tell you that the driver of that car is a mother, and on the passenger seat next to her is her young baby that is suffocating. And it's all she can do to keep the baby alive. And as she races to the hospital, and she knows she hasn't got much time, and she keeps losing control of the car, but she's doing her best to keep her baby alive. Where's the anger now? Where's the irritation now, right? Has a whole different emotional reaction. The reality is, you will never know. 9 times out of 10, when things happen, that's just one example of someone cutting you up on the road. But it could be a million other examples. When things happen, often you don't know the real reason behind them. So why not choose a reason, an interpretation, a meaning that is functional for you, that is constructive, that is going to help you to feel better. When you change your interpretation of an event, you're changing your emotional reaction completely. You're changing your whole physiology. So the first question I would say is, our mind like jumps to conclusions to save energy because it's always on a mission to save energy. So it jumps to conclusions, jumps to mindless assumptions. And so the most intelligent question you can ask yourself, right, in any situation, what else could this mean? What else could this mean? Right? When things happen, things don't go your way, you come up against a problem or setback. What else could this mean? Right? Opens up a whole new window of possibility. The second question, ask yourself, what is the seed of opportunity here for me? I don't know if you've read the book by Ryan Holiday, The Obstacle is the Way. How many times does it happen you come up against a problem and eventually you discover that that was actually an opportunity to a new path, right? That was the way for you. So the third question, what might be great about this in the future? Okay, force yourself to think further ahead than this present moment and like see how things could evolve, right, as a result of this. Steve Jobs said, you can only join the dots looking backwards. And that's the thing, right? When things happen, bad things, things that you know were unexpected or not what you wanted to happen, you're only looking at them in this moment in time, right? With your present moment perspective. You don't have any kind of perspective on it. You if we're able to step back, how many times has it happened that like 1 month, 1 year, 2 years later down the line, or sometimes a lot sooner, you realize that that was actually a blessing in disguise. That was, oh my God, thank God that didn't go how I wanted it to go, right? How many times has that happened? Why wait, right? Ask yourself right now, how could this be great? What might be great about this in the future? There's something called the hindsight window. And the hindsight window is literally the amount of time it takes you to reframe in a positive way what something bad that has happened to you. Okay, something unexpected. And some people have a very, very long hindsight window. Something happens and it takes them a long time before they can find a positive interpretation in that. Other people are able to switch into this really, really quickly. I had a client that would immediately, high level corporate, and immediately when things happened, he was like, what's the opportunity here? And it was so automatic and like hardwired for him that he always had a short hindsight window. Here's the thing. The shorter and smaller your hindsight window, the happier you are, the better you live, and probably the more successful you are, right? So remember that hindsight window. How long is it going to take you when things happen, as they do inevitably, not every day, but almost every day, sometimes multiple times a day? How long is it going to take you to reappraise what's happened, reframe it, and find a more empowering, positive interpretation, right? And then as a result of that, you're taking charge of your emotions, right? You're taking charge of your mind. Your mind is not running away with you, with itself, and going towards all the worst case scenarios of like how catastrophic and disastrous this might be. It's staying on a more positive, empowering, literally in a much more resourceful state. Challenge yourself to reframe what happens in the shortest window of time possible and find that positive interpretation that empowers you, that makes you feel happier and puts you in a more resourceful state. If you would like some more help with this, if you would like more help with being less reactive, being less emotional, being more in charge and in control of your mind, right? Literally creating a mind that is your ally and not your worst enemy, that's on your side, that's supporting you, that's, you know, you're like your inner cheerleader, instead of your inner critic, then give me a ring and we will arrange a call. And I will put the link below. Take care. Bye bye.